Why? Hi, guys. Well, it's turning into the 15th right now, any second now. Got another minute or two before midnight. It's been hours since the announcement of Rob Reiner and his wife's death by his son. Now, People Magazine have been getting more and more information, I guess, on it, and so does others, but LAPD was dragging her ass. Last time I checked a couple hours ago on this one, so they may be getting more information, or they may have gotten the son arrested. If he is indeed the one who did the stabbing. And if he did, that must have been a hell of a fight he had with his father. If that wasn't bad enough on that one there, dude. Let me put this, yeah, I'm gonna make this weird. Yeah, don't mind me, I'm just trying to get some stuff on here. But the thing of it is there, Ed, and then, how you guys doing? Yeah, sorry about the sound, let me get that off for temporarily. Nobody would have predicted that there was actual issues happening with Rob Reiner's family. Nothing that I came across, and I've probably been slacking off on that one, is Rob Reiner lives in Brentwood. These guys would talk on social media. So, I had to get something for the gut, acid reflux and stuff. If there was any issues happening in the family out there, they would have been notified about it. They would have been talking about it. And it would have been caught up on social media, it would have been picked up, and people would have been jabbering about it. So what the hell happened? And as much as I understand about police procedures, and they keep changing it left and right on this one, that if there was a 911 call from anybody, they would have sent out a unit to investigate. They would do the preliminary, and then they would bring in the detectives if there was something serious. Then after that, they'd be calling the department heads, and they'd be getting something going. So yeah, they have police procedures to take care of, but a warrant? The three things I understand about police: they would enter the house if there was probable cause, if there was exigent circumstances, and if they were doing a health and welfare check. That's it. Or, fourth, serving a warrant. 4 items. So, if it wasn't a health and welfare check on Rob Reiner, throws that out. Exigent circumstances, if they happen to go over there for some reason, they go on a call and they get invited in, that's one thing. But if they weren't, if there was anything wrong on the door, or they happened to see something through the windows, they got probable cause, exigent circumstances, one of those two, they would work it out with the legal stuff and get into the house. And during that time, the information would have been sent from the communication center to, be sent over to the department heads on this one. Because we're talking about Rob Reiner, we're talking about a celebrity, and we're talking about a very famous celebrity. That would be caught by the deputy chiefs at this point over here. It would have been sent over. There would have been somebody from legal in the district attorney's office trying to get the paperwork filed, and then the cops would be able to get in there to do the paperwork. So I don't know why the song and dance and why it was taking this long here. And during this time, we've gotten people that had done interviews already. And I bet you they have a hell of a thing. And then the LA Times were picked up because the entertainment department would have been listening on this one. And since it would be Rob Reiner, that's political. That's main news right there. That's put into the spotlight. So yeah, eventually in the morning I'll be looking at that paper online for it. I know the entertainment sections will be going over the history of Rob Reiner. They'll be going over his work. The political aspects, we'll be talking about him going head to head with Trump and anybody else or any other kind of political activities he's had in his life. He's got plenty. So yes, this would be a major thing in Hollywood and in Los Angeles. They want to make sure that they've got everything nailed down on this one. So I can understand a little bit of hesitance on this one. Now here's the other thing. The enemies of Rob Reiner, they're doing a jig and probably screaming and yelling on X right now, and not to mention Truth Social. Truth Social. Yeah, they would. And then the independents will be picking up on this damn thing, trying to get their stuff written up so they can do their own videos in the morning. Everybody's got to get onto the story because it's that hot. And then 24 hours after that, it'll die down and everything else is like, eh. I didn't jump on it. I'm on the tail end wagon on this one. I know a lot of people have been jumping on this thing because it's news and they got to go thermonuclear on it. What pisses me off is what the hell why wasn't this talked about earlier? Not just before the stab, actually way before the stabbing on this one. If there was family issues, how come it wasn't posted out there one way or another? I mean, we are talking Hollywood here, and they like to talk and gossip. And social media platforms are just the perfect place for it. And a long time ago, when Hollywood was just getting itself set up as the stars in studios and stuff, they would have publicity agents. They would have reporters out there talking about and gossiping like crazy about the old stars of the 20s, 30s, and 40s. And people would keep track of this stuff on a constant basis. If they actually had the social media platforms like we have now, people would have been saturated, oversaturated, and gone nuts over it. They really would have. Sorry. Here's itchy. So, Rob Reiner is big news. And if it is the son, they will arrest him. They can find the dude, they'll arrest his ass, throw him in for processing. And then we'll go for a trial. Actually, we'll go for the prelims on this one. They'll arraign his ass as soon as they get him arrested. Go through the booking process. Put him into a bus. Get him over to a courthouse. Arraign his ass. And then the attorneys will argue about when will be the appropriate time and place to get a trial going on. Is it going to be a trial by a jury? Or is it going to be the judge? We won't hear nothing about it until maybe several months down the road. But if some of the stars out there, or staff or anybody else, wants this fast-tracked, I imagine Trump wants this one buried alive like the worm is, or just have some kind of media fun with him. He'll start bellyaching, badgering, and just doing what he can to diminish Rob Reiner's status in Hollywood and in life. Because this is taking away his thunder. Despite the fact he'd be celebrating that the son had already murdered. Already the attorney's already been contacted for the kid. Or for the guy who did the murder. And Trump's going to see whatever or not he's going to do it. Why? I'm guessing that Trump wants to back the murderer. He wants to back the murderer on this one. I'm surprised Trump didn't get involved in the Charlie Kirk shit, except to make him into a god or something like that. And he's still trying to do that, just to keep things going. That's what he'll be doing. Now for Rob Reiner, he won't spend any money defending his ass. He wants to spend money to humiliate his ass and his reputation. I imagine he'll be chattering it up on X and not to mention on Truth Social during this time. Fans are already going crazy on social media right now on the Facebook platform. And YouTube hadn't seen anything yet, but Facebook, they're going nuts on, not to mention Instagram, X, and TikTok. Yeah. I watched his work on All in the Family. I didn't know what the hell I was watching when I was a young kid. I'd seen him on there. I didn't realize down the road he'd be a mouth for Hollywood, in a way. One for the Democratic Party to pay attention to. Now his mouth is silent. Who's going to be picking up the microphone and talking about this one now, I wonder. "2025 is crashing and burning. We're seeing too much death and destruction right now as it is. And I bet you Trump and the Trumplicans are loving this shit. Now, it keeps the headline off of them so they can do whatever they got to do. Unless, of course, something major happens that puts them back into the spotlight again. That's what I think they'll be doing at this point. Alright, guys. See if I can sleep again. If I can get this damn thing turned off.